Buenos Saturday, and welcome back to Brooklyn Cooking. It's been a while, but hopefully we can start doing these more consistently and do one at least every other week. Anyway, today we're doing marinated eggplants. This is something that's so easy, even a 5-year-old can do it. Uh, really just need an eggplant, salt, and some cheap white vinegar, a couple other things, oil of course, we'll get to that later. First we're going to cut up the eggplant, slice it up, and salt it a little bit, and then we'll take a break and see where we go from here. Okay, the question with eggplants is to peel or not peel. This one is not negotiable. It has to be peeled for this. So I'm going to start by cutting off some edge, give us a little base, throw that out, and then we're going to peel. Get a peeler, however you like to peel, real quick. All right, so we cut it, we got a nice base to hold, and we're going to slice. Not too thick, not too thin, like Goldilocks, just right. Now we're gonna make strips. My question is, do you want them this long? I like them a little shorter. I pretty much cut them in half, throw them in the pot. So that's it. Now we have to salt them. We're just going to take some. I use kosher salt. You want to use regular table salt, that's fine. Salt is gonna take some of the moisture out of it. And now it just sit and wait for a little bit. That's it. We can put a little weight on there if you want, or just leave it. But we'll come back in about 15, 20 minutes, half hour, and go from there. Okay, it's been about 15, 20 minutes. I decided to put a little weight on them. A little jar of mayonnaise and a dish. You can see how much water has come out. Now comes the fun part. We're going to squeeze. Normally I would do this over the sink, but that's not good for TV. You know, we've been squeezing a while. We maybe had 4 passes, 5 passes. We want to get the water out, but we don't want to squeeze them until there's nothing left. We got to leave a little. And that seems good. We'll clean up. Look how much water we got out of this. And we'll clean up, and then Brooklyn Cooking, even though this is very little cooking, it's got to cook for about a minute or two, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay, we're ready for the cooking part. We got our eggplants, just going to throw them in the pot. Very simple. Just cover them with vinegar. This is just plain old Heinz white vinegar. Turn on the heat and let it come to a boil. It'll take a couple of minutes to boil. You're just going to cook them for about a minute, 2 minutes tops. You don't want them to get too soft. Okay, we're getting a little bubbles. We'll let it come up to a full boil. You can see the vinegar getting absorbed by the eggplants. That's why we want to get the water out of there, so it's more absorbent. All right, another, pretty much starting to boil now. Maybe we'll leave it a minute. Okay, I think that's good. That's all she wrote. We'll shut it off. Okay, now just a matter of getting it out into a towel. There's really not that much vinegar left. And spreading it out and let it cool. Green peppers here, just throw them on top. And then we got some garlic. I like to hold off putting the garlic on. I like putting the garlic on when it's too hot, it turns color. I always take the little tip out. Spread it out and let it cool. And then we'll be back after it cools off. All right, they're all cool and they're ready to go. Now it's just a matter of baking them and putting them in the jar. Just about perfect recipe. You know the Brooklyn cooking definition of a good, perfect recipe is not if it's good or bad, but if it fits in the jar. We need one more thing. We need oil. Good old plain pure olive oil. There's no reason to use extra virgin, especially a very good extra virgin, because there's a lot of vinegar in there. It's going to kill the taste of the oil. And we're just going to pour it in, let it go down. You fill it up, come back a little later, and it'll probably go down a little bit. You know, right now it's pretty packed, so instead of being a slob like me when using your fat finger, you can just get a little end of a spoon or a fork. That's it. Cover it up. We'll come back a little later to see if we need a little more oil. This is edible right now, but give it a couple of weeks. Let it sit for 2 weeks. Let it marinate. It'll be a lot better. Don't refrigerate this. This will last forever. Well, maybe not forever, but pretty long time. The worst that's going to happen, if you leave it too long, or more than a year, the eggplants are going to get very soft. But eat these within a couple of months. No refrigeration needed. As you use it, if you see it's, some of it's not covered with oil, just put a little more oil in it. All right, you saw how easy this was. This whole thing, not counting the waiting time, maybe took 10 minutes of actual working. It's 5 minutes here, wait 20 minutes, half hour, another 5 minutes. This is doable. If you there's so many of my friends who like this stuff and don't make it. It just boggles my mind. So if you like this, not mine, but if you like marinated eggplants and you don't make this, you got to hand in your Italian card. That's it. There's no more excuses. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and hit the notification button if you want notifications when new ones comes out. So right now, arrivederci from Brooklyn Cooking, and see you next time.